Well, I started in choir actually before I was in choir. I was a choir orphan on Sundays. Both of my parents were in choir, and so I would be left to whoever in the congregation would take care of me while they were singing in choir. And then as I got older, singing in choir was just a natural thing to do, a natural progression. In Mt Carmel, choir has been a fun part of the service, and it restores me in a way that the words in the Bible don't always reach me with God's voice. I feel like I have more interpretation, working with a team, by myself, and we've had wonderful leadership in choir. John is wonderful. The people that I am only around during choir that I would not have normally met and associated with.
The hymn I selected as my favorite for this summer is Victory in Jesus. Victory in Jesus evokes to me emotion that takes me back in time to the 1960s when I would visit the Methodist campground in Lawrenceville, Georgia with my best friend. I was raised a Baptist and was a member of the Lawrenceville First Baptist Church, but she was a member of the Methodist Church, and I spent a lot of time with her and her family. I went to MYF and I went to camp meeting with her for several years, and it was really a great time.
What I remember most is the food. The food was fabulous. As we all know, the ladies of the Methodist denomination know how to cook. And that's what I remember most of all. And I remember the outdoor worship also.
This particular song just brings back those types of memories of being in that environment, outdoor worship, singing gospel type songs. Just a fabulous memory.
I came to Mt Carmel because I moved nearby after Steve and I had gotten married and lived in Florida for a few years, and we were planning on going to visit various churches in the area, but decided we were driving by Mt Carmel every time I would go out. So I visited Mt Carmel and I never went to any other church.
So we found Mt Carmel, so it was so much like the other church we had known in Flowery Branch, and worshiped here for about 10 or 12 years. And then I had to take care for my mother after my father died, so we were away for a while, for a number of years actually. And then in November of 2008, one Sunday morning it was actually, I just woke up and said, I need to go home, and meaning Mt Carmel, because Mt Carmel was like a second home, and I had been missing out on a lot by not being a regular worshiper. And so came back, and I've been active ever since. It's the best place to be. The people are wonderful. The small groups here are wonderful to get involved in. It's the best place in the world to know Christ.